Hey everyone, Paul from Paul's Body Engineering here. I thought I'd do a quick wrap in regards to my season that has just been completed, Season A 2019, and I want to give a little bit of insight into how a well-planned and prepared off-season or just time off really sets up the opportunity to do well in a competing season and sustain a good physique throughout a number of shows. So 2 years ago, I completed my last show, 2016 season A, and I was determined to take some time off because I'd been competing for a while. And the goal was to come back 2 years later, this season, season A 2019, and then have a real crack at some good results. So prior to that, I obviously hadn't done exceptionally well. I'd placed several times, been pipped to the post for a first couple of times as well, which sort of gave me the hunger to keep going. So I sat down with my coach and we came up with a plan to have a really solid off season, get the calories really high, carry a bit of body fat, train exceedingly hard, and focus on obviously the weaker areas to improve. And then come the start of this year, January, my prep officially started. So within 14 weeks of prepping, I dropped close to 12 kilos. Now that may seem a little excessive for some people, but because my calories were so high, my body was in a really good position hormonally, physically, psychologically. I was ready to rock and roll. The body just went with it and it was not a problem at all. I was able to sustain good energy for the bulk of the duration of the prep. I felt really good. Training was great. So going into the first show in Toowoomba for NBA, I was probably at about 80-85% in terms of my condition as where I wanted to be, but that was expected. And we walked away with the overall title. So that was pretty cool. Smaller show, but still nonetheless a great result. Then I had to endure 2 solid weeks of really low calories to try and get my body to a position where it was going to be extremely competitive for the City Nationals, the ICN City Nationals in Sydney. And during that time, I was still coaching. So I had to coach through the Sunshine Coast Classic, coach through the Brisbane Classic as well, with a number of athletes. So that was quite a test in terms of my sustainability of energy. So I had to plan that as best I could based on the calories I was on, but I managed it. So that was good, thumbs up. And then we went to City Nationals where the physique competitors were just next level. It was unbelievable what I was up against. You know, I'm 41 years old, so I'm an old dog in a young man's game. I was pretty happy with what I presented. I was very much conditioned, looked great. I was just beaten by bigger guys on the day, and there's nothing you can do about that. That's cool. We accept it and move on. I took away first in Physique Masters, placed in the over 30s, but Open Men's was just another beast altogether. So, but I'm still happy I was competitive, and that's the main result. So from that weekend, I went straight to the NBA Oceania titles, which was the very next weekend. And I didn't know what to expect. Hadn't competed at this event before. Obviously had done their Toowoomba show, but not this one. This one was a bigger show, an international event, pro qualifier, etc. And we walked away with the overall title and a pro card. So that was by far exceeding my own expectation. Really, really happy with that result. Won the Masters category, won the Opens, went into the overall, won that, and then got presented with pro card and overall title. So yeah, pretty stoked. At that stage, I was pretty feeling it. I was pretty depleted, still quite tired, quite lethargic, dragging the feet. But I was determined to see the season out. I planned to do the INBA Nationals one weekend later, which was this weekend just gone. And we turned up there. I competed in Masters, Opens, and won both of them. Got given the overall title, and again got presented with another pro card. So I guess the moral of this story is you should never give up. Age is no barrier in this industry or in this sport if you're willing to put in the time and the effort and the commitment. And more so, a long off season does wonders to the body. I don't think I would have had anywhere near the results had I have competed within 6 months, 12 months of my last show in 2016. I don't think I would have had the opportunity to really put on some serious growth. But I've put up some comparison photos from when I first competed back in 2014 to now, and there's a significant difference. And that's the thing about natural bodybuilding. It takes time. Unfortunately, some people just don't have the patience to do that. And that's fine, each their own. But if you're wanting to stay natural and if you're wanting to be competitive and you're wanting your body to do what you want it to do, then you need to take time, particularly between shows. You can't go back-to-back seasons and expect to make significant improvements. It just won't happen. So if you're out there and you're competing and you're wanting to do the harder divisions, and what I mean by harder, the ones where there's a higher expectation of condition, your bodybuilding, your physique, your figure, even fitness to a degree, then you need to take the time out to ensure that you give your body time to recover, time to rest, and get into a surplus, allow it to really thrive in a surplus, and obviously push around the weights as best you can, as often as you can, and as hard as you can, and you will get results. And I'm a testament to that, because at my age I didn't expect to make significant changes, but it's proven that it can be done. So that's my wrap of Season A 2019, and a summary of how I succeeded based on what I did in the off-season, which is where it all happens. All right, thanks guys, thanks for listening. Instagram, Paul's Body Engineering, Facebook, Paul's Body Engineering, and YouTube, Paul's Body Engineering. Have a great day.